We're all aware of the story of Noah, the righteous man who built an ark to survive a divine flood. But what about what happened after the flood? Picture Noah's family on the ark, amidst the storm and surrounded by animals. Survival was harsh, and after the floodwaters receded, they were left adrift for months, wondering when they would escape this aquatic confinement. Noah, in a stroke of genius, dispatched a raven and then a dove to scout the outside world. The dove consistently returned with nothing, until one day it brought back an olive leaf, signaling that life was resurfacing. When the dove finally didn't return, Noah knew that they had found a new home. So, you might be thinking, what relevance does this tale have for me? And that's a great question. The aftermath of Noah's story is a testament to resilience, faith, and the promise of a new beginning. You, like Noah, have been chosen for something special. You are destined to traverse through life's storms and to eventually find your own olive leaf, your beacon of hope. Many times we find ourselves questioning the storms that rage in our lives. We feel as if we are aimlessly adrift, battered and tossed about by life's relentless waves. In such moments of confusion and despair, it's easy to feel abandoned, forgotten. But let me assure you, you are not. You are the chosen one. You've been handpicked to weather the storm. It may seem bewildering. Why would being chosen entail such hardship? But remember, Noah was chosen to ensure the survival of his family and the generations to follow. But that did not spare him from the storm. It required him to endure it, to steer his ark through the tempest. Being chosen thus doesn't exempt you from life's storms, nor does it mean you faltered. It simply means that God is at work, and this storm isn't about you. God says, "I'm cleansing the world. Fear not, for you shall remain unscathed." The storm may induce a sense of nausea, like the roiling sea rocking the ark. But don't worry, you are safe. This turbulence you experience is merely a consequence of the divine work in progress. And if you weren't in this storm, where would you be? Lost to the world. So, if you are in the midst of a storm, rejoice. The storm is proof of your existence. It signifies that you have been chosen for survival. The storm indicates that you have the promise of new lands and fresh beginnings. It is a message from God, signifying His ongoing work. You may wonder, I thought I was chosen, safeguarded, destined for preservation. Why then am I in this storm? The answer, my friend, lies in the storm itself. The Ark dwellers spent over a year in their vessel post the flood. You might feel akin to them, questioning, I thought I was special, chosen for a divine purpose, yet I feel marooned, stagnant, with no sign of progress. Wasn't I the chosen one? The answer remains a resounding yes. If you find yourself relating to this predicament, feeling stuck, confined, and unable to progress, it's time to shift your perspective. Begin to see your situation as an opportunity for gratitude. Even as you weather your storm, the waters are receding somewhere. Opportunities are opening up for you. You may feel exhausted, drenched in the downpour of life's challenges, but remember to express gratitude. For if it weren't for these trials, where would you be? Imagine yourself as one selected by God, ready to face the tempest that life throws your way. Understand this, you are not thrown into the maelstrom as a form of punishment, but as an act of divine intervention. The storm is God's method of testing, not His way of burying you 6 feet under. The grave is the end, but the storm is the beginning of transformation. The tempest has abated. You stand at the threshold of a world reborn, where the rain has played its part, cleansing and purifying. It has washed away the unnecessary elements, the negative attitudes, and the toxic relationships. Perhaps some of you have endured an ordeal akin to Noah's 40-day storm, a tempestuous period that swept away everything that needed to be gone. Things are being purged from your life, akin to a metaphoric death of sorts. You are breaking free from generational shackles, confronting your darker side, and pushing through your soul's darkest night. This process might feel like a never-ending tempest, but for those who feel a sense of relief, a sense of calmness, it's a sign. The storm has passed. Recall Noah's tale. His people were still on the ark, still caring for the animals, but they had reached a state of equilibrium, a steady rhythm replacing the chaos. Some of you are on the precipice of this stage. Stability is within reach. The chaos is about to subside. The elements that needed to be expunged from your life have been washed away. In this moment, you may feel stuck, stagnant, even trapped. But remember, those chosen by God are in a period of transition. You're receiving your new assignment, being prepared for uncharted territories. However, before you can step onto this new land, there's a period of waiting. Imagine Noah and his people aboard the ark for an entire year, wondering when the earth would re-emerge from the floodwaters. You might feel the same way, stuck in your life, questioning the purpose, the reason for your immobility. But the truth is, your new land, your new life, is under preparation. This state of stagnation is not permanent. God has already orchestrated the storm, eliminating what wouldn't serve you in your new life. You have been chosen, both metaphorically and spiritually, to inhabit this new land, this new phase of your life. But before you can step onto it, the land itself must be prepared. God first stirred up the storm, shook things up. Now, He's in the process of smoothing things out, of preparing the gifts you'll need for this new phase of life. Consider this perspective. Each of you, through the trials you've braved and the hurdles you've leapt over, have faced challenges that will never again cross your path. Think of Noah, a simple man tasked with a monumental job. He had to construct an ark, a safe haven, not just for his family, but for the entire animal kingdom. And that's exactly what you've achieved. You were handed a specific mission, a unique task. There may have been laughter, mockery, and dismissive comments, but in the end, those detractors have been silenced, and you've emerged victorious, standing tall, spiritually and metaphorically. Now, you're simply in a state of anticipation, waiting for your new horizons to come into view. Don't be disheartened by the wait, for waiting is an affirmation of life. Waiting signifies hope, patience, and the promise of something new, something spectacular being crafted especially for you. Some of you may have been in a spiritual struggle, pleading with God, fighting your battles in a spiritual court, or simply chosen for this journey. You have been found innocent, your slate has been wiped clean, and you're free to start anew, much like Noah and his lineage, who were saved because of his righteous actions. This could be a result of your deeds, or perhaps your unwavering faith. Whatever the reason, you've been granted a fresh start, a clean slate. Like the great flood washing away the old world for 40 days and nights, your past has been erased, and you're ready to present yourself anew to God. But for some of you, the past is a heavy weight, a constant reminder of mistakes made and opportunities lost. You're shackled by guilt and regret, punishing yourselves for the wrongs committed against others, for the errors that you can't forgive yourselves for. You're living in the shadow of regret, wishing for a do-over. Yet, you must understand, the storm that raged, the flood that swept through was meant to clear away the debris of the past. It was designed to shake loose the bonds of regret and guilt, to eradicate the burdens of yesterday. You must let go of the past, watch as it crumbles and makes way for the dawn of a new future. Think about it. This storm, this flood, was a cleansing force, a mechanism to wipe the slate clean and present you with a fresh start, a new beginning. You're brand new before God, unblemished and untarnished. So release the burdens of the past, break free from the shackles of regret, for your future is gleaming on the horizon, waiting for you to step into it. Immerse yourself in this narrative. Imagine the vastness of the earth, your homeland, entirely inundated, submerged under a sea so vast that even the grandeur of mountains are hidden beneath its depth. It's overwhelming, isn't it? Yet in this cataclysmic event, you and your lineage have been preserved. Your bloodline remains, a testament of survival in the face of an earth-shattering crisis. Now imagine that the deluge begins to recede, slowly revealing the top of a tall mountain. As you step onto this newly revealed land, would you still carry the burden of your past life? Understand, the world before the deluge is no more. It's been washed away, erased by the torrents of water, leaving behind a clean slate. Some of you may harbor resentment, anger, or regret about missed opportunities from your past life. You may feel like you've lost something precious, something that can never be regained. But remember, everything that was swept away in the storm was meant to be gone. It was part of the cleansing process. You, on the other hand, were chosen to endure, to outlast the storm. In God's eyes, you are a clean slate, unblemished and reborn. You may approach him with guilt or fear, worried about past transgressions, but he looks at you and sees not the old world, but the new one that is taking shape. Now consider the dove, the messenger, a little bird that carries information back to you. It might be hard for you to see the new beginnings unfolding around you, but trust in the message. Something unseen is sprouting, something new is taking shape beneath the surface. You're not standing idle without purpose. There's a plan in motion, a purpose brewing just beyond your sight. God has been preparing something for you. You may not see it yet, but rest assured, the signs are there. Look around you. The sign might be as literal as a billboard or as subtle as a phrase uttered by a stranger. You may feel the brush of a bird's wing as it swoops past you, or find yourself standing next to a bird that's come to rest. Take these signs as reassurances that something new is coming your way. In the biblical story, the dove brought back an olive branch, a symbol of peace, a testament of life reborn. If there's a branch, then there's a trunk, and if there's a trunk, then there's a tree. The tree has roots, and those roots are embedded in soil, which in turn implies the presence of land. The olive branch isn't just a sign of life, it's an affirmation of your future. You're not going to be stuck in place forever. Soon, you will move forward, stepping into territories you've never before ventured into. You will leave the confinement of the boat, the limitation of the water, and set foot on new land. The bird has come to bring you the news that change is on the horizon. Somewhere out there, God is at work, crafting a new destiny for you. You have been chosen to survive, to witness the aftermath of the storm. Like the video and type Amen if you trust in the Lord. Click the link in the description to discover a limited time special offer on a life-altering technique designed to help you manifest God's blessings.